Hello, and welcome to the World at War. Dire Bears Tuesday Night, Scion's 2nd Edition Chronicle. If you were with us last week, you got to see the, heartwarming reunion of Sasha and her grandparents.
Sure.
Or maybe it was like awkward and worrying, I don't know.
More the second.
We got to see a baby wyvern born. Or whatever it is. And it didn't try to eat any of you, so I can't guarantee that if you ever run into other dragons.
Well, that's why we have a dragon, to fight it with another dragon, like a Pokemon battle.
Hey, dragon type against dragon type just doesn't work really well. We gotta find a fairy type.
Well, they're weak against each other. It's great. It's perfect. We just gotta make sure ours hits first.
True. I'm still down for us finding a fairy type instead.
Fair enough.
Now I want to find a copy of Cute Furry Seizure Monsters to run.
I think someone did make a actual translation of Pokemon to an RPG, like tabletop RPG.
Oh, the one I named off. That
was like a...
That was a real thing back in like the early days of Pokemon, or something very similar to that. I think it was maybe a supplement for Big Eyes Small Mouth. Can't remember for sure.
Well, we could always throw it into the pile of possible games.
Yeah, we've already got 4 of those though.
Does it need an update? I mean, because we'll play them, then it'll get an update.
It was probably the late 90s, early 2000s when I saw that. No, it'd have to be mid 2000s.
Let's do an update.
Well, it was Big Eye Small Mouth. They've actually got a 3rd edition coming out, so.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, back on topic. This was at least a game-related rant. So yeah, Sasha finally healed her grandparents. Had a family dinner. Connor hatched his egg. Oh, we got Otter in the chat. Hey, Otter.
Hello, Otter.
I think y'all went out and had your congratulatory nachos.
We did that last time.
Oh no, that was the one before. That's right. This was the...
that was before.
There
were werewolves in this one.
That's right. That was the extra little something.
And we were going to have a meetup with the other group of Scions. Yes. The other band.
The Varangian band, yes.
Yes, the Ferengis.
And yeah, Connor ran out. Well, he didn't run off on his own. He got lured off on his own and jumped by a bunch of werewolves who couldn't catch him. And then we ended the egg hatching was kind of our end scene as everybody's getting ready to train for the night. Connor had a note slipped under his door. Do you remember what the note said?
I have a feeling you're muted.
I was. I started like 2 words. I went, wait, check. It's from Wukong saying, "Hey, I need you to come to this mountain." So I don't remember if he said immediately or just need you here.
I think just that he needs you to come to China. And like you said, the may have been a reference to the mountain in there.
Yeah.
At the very least, Connor knows where Wukong lives in China.
Mm-hmm.
But so the next morning, everybody's up. Delirious is probably still editing some of their footage from the last few adventures.
Mm-hmm. Well, they wake up and that's what they do, yeah.
Oh,
these people have convinced them to get up. Oh, sorry, go ahead. At a respectable time.
Despite the fact that they're probably all sleeping in today because yesterday was a big day. We just got a follow from.
Fragilities?
I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. They must be Italian. Nobody? Okay.
Fragile.
Gelato.
Thank you for the follow.
Yes.
So you spend part of the day editing videos.
If anyone needs me, they'll call me.
Robert missed most of the excitement the day before. Off running around with real estate agents and signing papers, working on getting that property for your. Are you calling it a guild hall? What exactly are you calling this thing?
That sounds good. He'd probably end up just calling it a guild hall, a place to gather crafters.
Like-minded crafters. That's cool.
Go and work on their craft, sharpen their skills. A place to do so in what he hopes to be relative safety. But in the world of randomness, who knows what happens?
Well, you could always hire some Varangian guard to watch the place.
For all the good they'll do.
Well, they survived longer than Connor's people.
Connor's people got MacGuffined out. I don't want to hear it.
I don't know what you're talking about. Jaden's got a class that morning. Teaching one of her survival classes.
Okay.
Again, the numbers are like the day before. The numbers are a little lower than usual. But while y'all were out of town, the city did deal with werewolves, so less people want to go out in the woods right now.
Understandable.
Now, Sasha.
Mm-hmm.
When you get up, would you go to the grandparent shop? Would you go try to work in the shop today?
Considering all the fun that occurred yesterday, and the fact that they have a breakfast date with the Varangian band, she'll probably be like, I'm gonna let you guys get on, if you need me, I'll be around, but I'm not gonna try and get underfoot.
Okay. I had forgotten that the date with the Varangian that was a breakfast thing. So y'all would probably do that before much of anything else.
Oh, I was about to say, well, the one person that knows the information is not going to be at the meeting today.
And let's see. Did we name off where it was we were going? Where it was you were meeting them? I know it was some restaurant.
I don't think we named it. It just had a back room where they could meet in privacy.
Okay. Alright, so assuming y'all all roll in there on time. You get there, you see the entire, Varangian band is there. There are some of their guards around. There's like one that stands at the back, at the door to the little private room. But there's a few more that are like eating breakfast, out in the dining area.
Yeah.
They don't stand out too much. I mean, they're in their uniforms, but you got a lot of people, dressed for work coming in eating breakfast. And it's not like, half the room. It's, 2 or 3 other guys. But you get in there, they're all there. Chad doesn't look like he's used to quite this early a morning. He's sitting there with what looks like a black coffee.
That's a mood.
Dixie also has a coffee, but you keep seeing her pour something from like a hip flask into it. Or
That's
Penelope,
also a mood.
Yep.
or Penelope and Kim are both have tea. You walk in, Penelope gestures to the seats. Please have a seat.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, just shortly after y'all step in and get sit down, the waitress comes in, takes orders, steps back out. The waitress seems excited. She clearly recognizes, everybody in the room. Because you were both,
Unsurprising.
yeah, y'all were both rather famous. And none of you wanted to wear masks or anything, so
Yeah.
Yeah, or at least in the back room. That should help.
Yeah, you're not visible. Nobody out in the dining room can see you, so. There were some eyes and some people going for their phones as y'all walked through, but that was about it. And not as many of those because it's early morning and nobody expects celebrities to walk in.
Mm-hmm.
Did you bring the animals?
Connor has one of his clones with the dragon in the safe house.
Probably not, because I don't think animals are allowed in the restaurant.
Yeah, I think we decided to leave the animals at home since it wasn't like the Rubicon.
Yeah.
Okay. That's reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
And Dixie doesn't seem to have brought her axe, so I'm not saying she treats that like a pet, but she may or may not talk to it and pet it.
A third mood.
Yeah.
Well, she's Norris. But anyway, you sit down, everybody takes the orders. As the waitress leaves, Penelope hands the floor over to Sasha.
I thought I was trying to not be the leader in this one, damn it.
You mean you could hand it over again if you didn't want to speak?
Oh. I'll go.
She just
Hands
throws
it
the
over to
mic at
Hilarious.
Sasha. Sasha hot potatoes it over to somebody else.
Just hand it over to
Shit's
Jaden.
fucked. Sits down.
Shit's fucked. It's been a long couple weeks. Good night. Passes it out. Just be like, well, what do you want to know first? Some things I can tell you, but other things the rest of the band might be a bit more versed in.
Well, I guess first, how did it wrap up with that not Cult of the Impious. She's like
Circle of the Impious.
We got your Cyclops escorted out where you wanted him. He hasn't eaten anybody yet.
That's good. A bit of a globetrot from England to Egypt to Pompeii to Wales. But the Circle of the Impious is wrapped up. The offshoot group that was here, their leader is effectively taken care of and should not have any problem from, as far as I can understand, kind of looks over at Connor.
That depends on Dad, but he's effectively neutered.
What do you mean? If Kim speaks up, what do you mean effectively?
Well, and he pulls out his phone, sort of looks through it, and then finds like articles on the guy, and it's like, well, this.
He's been given a title, a celestial title.
Kim nods. Chad looks up like he's confused at what that means.
Seemed better than outright murder, in case we needed information from him at a later time. The issue with people affected by what they've done has been resolved, and we are back here, finding out there's been werewolves, and an issue with Gaia, from what I understand. And looks over at Jaden.
Everybody's
Yeah.
when Gaia's name is when you I cannot talk tonight.
Name drop?
When you name drop Gaia, everybody at the table comes to attention. Not that they look super surprised you mentioned this to them over the phone, and then everybody kind of focuses in on Jaden.
Oh.
Sasha sits back with her coffee, like, yes.
Well, when we came back yesterday, went, of course, with my job with a group of people. I'd still sign up. Kind of out exploring by myself, and one of Mom's nymphs came and told me that Gaia has an interest in Olympus.
That's not necessarily the best thing for the city.
Yeah, and as it turns out, she sent people after us while we were out in Europe. Her grandchild being one of them.
Can you narrow that down some?
The Chimera.
Chimera, that's it.
Chimera.
And a whole lot of centaurs.
Well, there's a few of those in Greece. Did they travel or did they travel all the way from the steppes?
I'm not sure.
I'll pull out that one really cool picture of the chimera coasting the hill. Just
I have
kind of
a
like
feeling
put it up to where everyone can see it.
Telarius has that set as their wallpaper.
It's a really good picture. They're really proud of it.
Dixie speaks. Did you slay the beast?
No. We did not.
She narrows her eyes at you. Did you run from it?
No.
It was disabled and dropped back off at a temple of Gaia. We didn't know if it would further anger her should we kill one of her children.
Didn't want to escalate. That's understandable.
Yeah.
Violence isn't the only answer.
What had you going to Pompeii?
In order to find a cure for what affected my grandparents, we were instructed by the Kodama to find the healing magics of Panacea and Bridget and combine them. Panacea was at Pompeii. We encountered a Scion of Bridget in Wales.
Belgium.
Belgium. Wales, Belgium.
Antwerp specifically.
Over in Europe somewhere.
Eastern Europe, wherever, it's all looks the same.
Sarah's living up to the stereotype of Americans in geography, which is bad because Sasha's not even American.
I'm really sleepy, man.
That was kind of the mood when everybody logged on tonight.
Yeah. It's been a long week.
It really has.
We kind of woke up.
It's only Tuesday.
We only woke up like 7 minutes before session. So, I mean, we made it though.
Fair.
But yeah, you mentioned the thing in Antwerp, and Penelope goes, I saw the news reports where I believe a Scion of Lu died while you were there.
Yes. He was killed by I believe a Scion of... Was it the
Scion of
Scion of
Loki.
Loki? Okay, it was
Yeah.
the Scion of Loki that killed Jack. And it
He was the
was
one that replaced Jack, at least.
No, he replaced Jack. He didn't have
Okay, he
anything to do with
replaced
the
Jack.
killing.
Yeah.
Was it the Scion of... What starts with like a B?
Valor?
Valor?
Valor of Evil Eye.
Valor. Yeah.
Who organized the killing, but it was Fomorans that killed Jack. Am I correct?
Yes,
Kind of?
yes, you
Okay.
got that. Yeah, you got that just right.
She would pass that information on.
When you mentioned a Scion of Loki, Dixie just kind of like, ugh. I've had experience with some of the none of his children are worth anything.
We didn't encounter them outside of them masquerading as Jack. So,
Kim speaks up. Do you know if he was, if the Scion of Balor, if he was there specifically on his father's orders?
He was there to kill the band that was in Antwerp and take over the area. Us suddenly appearing kind of pushed his hand.
Kim nods.
luckily, he's Luckily, he's no longer a problem.
Yep.
And a large portion of the Fomorans there, if not all of the ones involved with that group, are also no longer a problem.
It was a heck of a fight. It was fun.
Let's see. Bellamy goes, we know you got what you needed because your grandparents have been released from the hospital.
Thank you for the guards at the hospital, by the way. I believe they were your band?
Yes, we started up and she says we, she kind of gestures towards, between her and Kim. We started up a security company, or financed the start up a security company. Mostly as a cover, so we would have some people to do extra leg work, keep ears to the ground. I believe Mr. Hughes there did the same. Had done essentially the same thing.
That was the idea. At least to have boots on the ground when we can't be there, because honestly, nobody can be everywhere at once.
Only 3 or 4 places at once.
Just 2. 2 or 3.
What happened around here while we were gone? The werewolves?
There was an uptick in animal attacks. People were trying to write it off as dogs at first. Given the choice, people are always going to go with the comfortable lie over anything else.
True.
We had started looking into it. Dixie kind of coughs. Dixie had started looking into it a bit earlier. And then when we realized, a couple of Connor's men were found dead. And then when we looked around, I couldn't find any of the rest of them. We realized something. This may have been more of a coordinated strike. So we rolled ours. We rolled the Varangian guard out because we'd only started them the week before. So whoever was coming in here probably was not prepped, for another group, or else you were just their targets. Period.
Would stick with the past attacks.
Yes, you mentioned Gaia having interest in the city. Are you sure it's the city she's interested in, or could it be you, since she has people in Italy attacking you?
Looks over at Jaden.
From what Mom's nymph said, Olympus.
Okay.
What we
Sounds pretty cut and
were
dry to me.
what we were told by the centaurs is their oracle was told that we were a
Harbinger?
a threat to them, a harbinger of destruction or something like that.
I mean, I can try to contact one of Mom's nymphs again and see if I can get any more information. Might take me a while, though.
Chad, who has smiled every time you said the word nymph.
Who has?
Chad.
Cad.
Of course he
That
has.
tracks.
He's like,
Yeah.
It does.
he goes, I've always wanted to meet a nymph. Do you like have their number?
No. They wouldn't be interested in you. Sorry, Chad. You're not.
Whoa, you don't necessarily know that.
They might be more interested in Dixie than you, is what she's trying to say politely.
Oh, okay. That's understandable, I guess.
Mom has squared off men. Why would her nymphs be interested in men?
Penelope sips her tea. She didn't swear. She didn't swear off Orion.
But who else since then?
I know it's been a long time, man. You might have to ask.
I think with what happened to him, it pushed Mom to definitely not go for men.
Do you believe the werewolves will be a continued threat? Or become a larger threat?
Well,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, I think so. Personally.
Kim speaks up. With what happened last night, that is a distinct possibility. We had killed quite a few of them, enough that we thought we had disrupted the pack. And it had been there had been no incidents since then. Until the attack on Connor. It's also interesting that they lured him there.
Lured him there with, from what I'm understanding, the voice of one of his former security guards.
So they could be holding his security guard. They could have infected his guard.
I think converted or infected because there was no sign of any struggle at the site.
Have you spoken to the two that were with us and came back? And told them not to answer possibly any calls from their friends?
I believe Connor had mentioned that.
Mhm.
I had called him and told him about that.
He did.
Okay.
And Connor, you've gotten word from them that they're, they were going to take you up on your offer to, basically quit.
Yeah.
So they were planning to kind of head out of town fairly quickly. Now if you found out some of their guys, some of their co-workers were still alive, they wanted to be notified. They were willing to come in and help if they could.
Yeah.
But you didn't give them much hope that
Yeah.
that any of those guys would still be around.
He basically told them he'd look, but yeah.
Then what is our course of action? Do we go trying to find the source of these werewolves, this corruption that has caused them? Do we go try to find what has caused Gaia's sudden attention to us?
Can we find out what Gaia has against us?
I can try to. Can't make any guarantees, though.
You mentioned that there were a lot of groves popping up, right?
Yeah,
Just all of a sudden.
just when I went just into woods. I haven't checked any other wooded area around here to see. If you want, I can also get on that as I'm trying to contact Mom.
Might be best.
Penelope, we could also start inquiring of any oracles we know.
I don't know any oracles. Sasha, are you an oracle?
Thank God, no.
I'm blanking on names. Hilarious, you can try to see if you can contact your father again, or at least somebody
Oh
that
boy.
works for your father. I will help you with that.
Oh boy.
Do you believe Samuel could contact your father on your behalf?
He could.
Maybe.
At least somebody else that works more under your father that can probably have some information.
The other band gets a curious look on their face when y'all start talking about, everybody's talking about, just call up our parents. They actually talk to y'all that often?
Dad popped in last night, but
I think out of this group, me and Connor, we all got to meet, Sasha's mom, but out of the majority of us, I think me and Connor are the ones that are more in contact with our parents. We've heard that's something that isn't really a thing well known, or that's well done.
Right back.
Chad kind of nods his head. Yeah, I've met my pop once. When I when I kind of found out, he came to me when I for my visitation, and I ain't seen him since.
That sounds more like my experience than these people's experiences. I tried contacting Dad, and then Telaris looks around. Is there any butterflies in the area?
No.
Okay. Then his wife showed up instead.
Penelope goes, Psyche?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's kind of unusual that the step parent shows up.
It wasn't a pleasant experience.
Oh, that's slightly less unusual then.
I don't know what she has against me, but you know what? It's...
Penelope looks at you. Kim lowers his tea.
I don't know what the hell I did!
And you are here. She doesn't like that your father slept around.
You exist is
And
basically
proof that your father is like your great grandfather.
That's like everyone in the fucking Greek pantheon. Have you seen them?
I know.
Zeus!
That's what I'm saying. And that's why she doesn't like you.
Penelope
your
reaches
mother.
out and kind of pats Telaris' hand. it's you know why she's upset at you. It's misplaced anger.
You're not gonna be upset at your dad.
Oh,
She
she's
loves
probably
your father a bit
plenty
too
pissed.
much.
Yeah.
You know,
I hate it
we often get stuck with the sins of our parents.
I hate it here.
If any of you guys are from a Greek pantheon, if you want to try to reach out, you more than likely won't get your parent, but you'll get somebody that's with them. If you also want to find out more about Gaia.
Chad kind of nods when you say that. I'll send a message to Pop and see if he knows anything. But Kim goes to bring things back into focus a little bit. Since apparently the Gaia question will simply have to be us contacting our sources and asking around to see if anybody knows anything. Specifically, what do we want to do about the wolves?
Can we herd them off or something?
Well, as I said, we had combated them and killed several, and thought
They
we
just
had
keep coming
scattered the few
back?
remaining. Though, even with the attack on Connor, that was technically outside the city,
Mm-hmm.
and our charter, if you will, is to defend the city. I mean, not that we're unwilling to go outside the city limits, but I mean,
Of course. Sure. No, I understand.
were you wanting us to work together closely, or should I make sure that we're all in the loop, as it were?
Can just make sure we're all on the same page. We all have phones and stuff, right?
All of them not. Oh yeah. So Penelope goes, so if any of us find out any information on either one of these subjects, I'm assuming this is, we're agreeing to share.
Share alike. Yeah.
That'd be best.
Okay, for the good.
That's for the safety of the city. Yes.
I can't imagine the wolves. Well, depends on how many of them are left, I guess.
At
Have a
least
hard
5.
time believing they'd assault the city directly with 2 entire bands here, and
They're
the
bold for
miscellaneous
something.
others of the community.
Mm-hmm.
But do we let the infection grow?
Good question.
Packs usually do not swell their ranks too much because it will draw attention and then they're annihilated. But if somebody is pushing them from behind and masterminding them, there's really no telling what their plan might be.
They could have gone continuing to be unknown, unheard, unseen, you thinking you had all eradicated them, but one of them reached out to Connor. Something or someone probably made them do that.
Mm-hmm. Kim looks over at Connor. Do you have any other enemies?
Child of Monkey King.
Kim kind of goes,
I mean, probably none that I remember.
Kim nods.
I mean, if you want, we can go back there and I can try to track to see.
Could be an idea.
Chad sets his coffee down. You probably shouldn't go out there alone. You like some company?
Yeah, Connor.
Amazing.
Oh, y'all are up. Hey, I didn't know, man. Sorry, man. I'm not trying to step on nobody's toes.
No. No, Connor isn't my type. But neither are you.
Oh, apple don't fall far from the tree. I understand.
Sasha's just over there drinking her coffee,
No, I have no
shitty grin
issue
on her
with.
face.
See,
Mhm.
I have no issue with men. You personally are just not my type.
Got him.
No accounting for taste, I guess. And this whole
No,
time,
it's
Kim's been sitting there doing this, and Penelope is visibly restraining herself from just hanging her head.
It is counting taste, because
Connor actually
Yeah.
like pours a thing of tea and just gives it to Kim. It's like we 100% agree on this for once.
He really does have his uses, though.
Does he?
He is not well trained necessarily in combat, but he is effective.
Mm.
Which has Chad looking all offended. Penelope goes, "We'll let you handle that part of the investigation then, since you have a dedicated tracker.
Yeah.
Please just let us know what you discover."
All right.
And do be careful. They might be trying to lure us out, lure you out one or two at a time.
Again.
Go as a group or don't go as all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let it just be me and Connor, since we're pretty good at stealthy in the wilds,
That's
at
fine.
least in the wooded area, and we'll, of course, keep contact with you guys.
Are you saying that
Check.
to your band or the other band?
My band.
Okay. Here you go.
Carry on.
My wayward son.
Penelope speaks up. I am in contact with an oracle, not here in town, but I'm on good terms with one. I'll ask around and see what they know. A lot of oracles were tied to Gaia in the early days, that she passed off a lot of that to Apollo. Several of the gods are involved with prophecies of various sorts.
Yeah.
And I don't know what some of the other pantheons your band are connected to might be able to help. I mean, if it's Gaia, it seems fairly Greco-Roman centric, but
I'll reach out to Safa and see if she would know any oracles back that way, perhaps.
I am curious what Dad wants then.
probably to cause chaos. Sips his tea.
Maybe. But he sent word last night, like after we had that talk on the phone, that he needed me to come to his mountain.
Kim looks at you. You're going to China?
I'm gonna wait until we deal with this, at the very least.
Is it
But
wise to keep a god waiting?
Well, I'll be leaving a tribute and a note of explanation. He'll typically at least read it. There's no telling what his response will be.
Plans can always be adjusted.
Well, Penelope's looks at you. Well, if you are planning to leave town again, please let us know.
Absolutely.
I mean, obviously we're not your parents or anything, but just with things going
Professional courtesy.
on. Yes, precisely.
Takes a group selfie on a plane. Hey guys, we're leaving again.
Like in China, in the Chinese airport.
You try to take the picture where it just looks like you're just generically in an airport. Oh yeah, we're gonna be leaving soon, but you accidentally get some of the Chinese signage in the background.
Oh, it's just so that everyone knows what's going on.
I think the MFers already left.
We sent it to Chad because Chad's an idiot.
One day Chad's just gonna save us all and we're gonna all have to eat crow.
I'm still gonna maintain that he's an idiot, but sure, he did it.
That's it. The big final fight. Guy is slapping you all around. Chad comes in and seduces her.
Oh no!
Thanks,
Oh,
I hate it.
Oh no!
Look, the man's good at one thing.
Apparently.
The how many children are testament to that?
Uh-huh.
Well, that could just be him being prolific. I've got to find a way to get y'all to his home at some point.
There's just a big band like cookout, and we show up and there's like 45 children running around. They all look kind of like Chad.
Wow, Chad lives at a trailer park? No, Chad owns the trailer park.
All of his baby mamas are here.
It's like a human puppy farm. I mean, without the cages, hopefully.
Hopefully. Oh no.
Well, kennels, I should say.
Uh-huh.
Concern.
So you don't have anything else to bring up. The meeting starts to wrap up. Penelope assures you again that, if she gets any information back from her contact, or, the rest of her bands for that matter, she'll send it along to you. She looks forward to hearing how the tracking goes. And somewhere in all this, your food got delivered. Y'all have eaten a meal.
Plate of breakfast nachos.
I'm now thinking of like little like triangular pancakes.
Wow.
Could still do like breakfast nacho, just substitute for like sausage and eggs.
Onigiri shaped pancakes. I hate it.
Cully, please. You're starting to
I
get
like
heavy,
breakfast
girl.
burritos, so now I'm starting to wonder if breakfast nachos would work.
I'm on it.
But anyway, y'all wrap up your meeting. Everybody departs. Robert, through the meeting, you got a couple of dirty looks from Dixie. I mean, not really specific or anything. It's just she never seems happy to see you.
He's grown used to the fact to which she just gives him eat shit and die looks anytime he's near. He's like, okay, this is just how things are gonna be. All right.
Yeah, it's truthfully, it's probably not that much different from how Kim looks at Connor.
Yeah, probably.
Except Kim stays much more composed. He's a little bit harder to read.
Dixie, she's like, nah. If I could deck you right now, I'd do it.
Yep, breakfast nachos are a thing.
Yes, they are.
Awesome.
And they sound really good.
I'm
so
going to be buying supplies at work tonight, aren't I?
I mean, that's up to you, Captain.
has
That
egg and bacon
looks
on it.
So good. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
See, now this is the real tangent for the night.
I
Yeah.
might make
Just-
this Sunday morning. Oh my
Nachos are
God.
just our Cinnabon now in the Waffle House. This is our food
There's
thing
got to
of
be
the game.
something food for every game. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the rules.
That looks
Dim-
really good. I'm
dim-
actually
Surely I
gonna
need
save
to run a game involving cannibals at some point.
Oh no.
We can all be lizard folk.
You know, she's not wrong.
Gotta eat them all.
I hate that.
You're welcome.
Oh, or going back to the Pokemon game ideal, you could be playing the Pokemon when the revolution comes. Ushering in the dictatorship of the Poketariat.
You know, that actually sounds interesting.
Damn it.
Maybe we get sponsorship from PETA. Hey, we got the animals killing people. It'll be great.
I love how you got Sarah perked up like, ooh.
I could work with this.
Yeah.
All right. So y'all finish up breakfast. Y'all head out. The Varangian guard get in a couple of vehicles. The band breaks up to 2 or 3 different vehicles. Penelope and Kim get in one car. Chad's got his SUV. Dixie's got her sports car.
Mhm.
And then we all got Robert's vehicle.
Y'all cram in there all tight.
Yeah, Connor just takes off on his own.
Hmm.
He just runs. That's how it is. Does his own thing.
Now picturing that scene from Forrest Gump where he just starts running.
Yeah, maybe.
Alright, so like I said, like I mentioned earlier, the rest of you, or some of you have, work to be doing. Jane's got her class. Telarius has got their video
Video
editing
editing.
too. Because I don't think they have put up much of the video from your world tour so far.
Not a lot of it, no. They're still working on bits and pieces of it. Perfectionist and all that.
They should remember, perfect is the enemy of good.
Oh yeah, I know.
But
Jeremy knows. Telarius is not.
Done is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. Focon are off in the safe house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the wyvern wakes up. We keep calling it. Is a wyvern actually what you're wanting to call it? Or
It's a dragon.
okay, the dragon wakes up.
Just a western dragon.
It's got spurs.
And a cowboy
Yeah.
hat.
That jingle, jingle, jingle.
It doesn't have a poison tail. It's not a wyvern.
Gotcha. It wakes up hungry, very hungry.
Another Connor is running out, just buying a whole lot of meat.
Entire cases of it, like reptile pet food you can buy.
Yeah, just gotta feed the baby.
Why do you need 45 pounds of frozen rats?
Don't ask questions.
It's a cookout for people I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
That we were just going to bring oh, son of a gun. Doob, I forgot your vampire character name.
Hijack?
No,
That's
Duba.
not-
Duba.
Oh, Dubas, I'm sorry.
No, mine.
I don't like calling it the
Alexander.
D.
Alexander!
Alexander.
We're just gonna bring
Yeah,
Alexander to this world with all of his rat raising powers.
Mhm.
Yep. He'll just come around and he'll just have a swarm just rush in and just nibble everybody to death.
I mean, there is a power for that.
Oh, I'm sure there is, but at the same time, that's also horrifying to just know that he can just probably summon everything within Olympus that is, a small furry thing just to come slowly nibble you. It'd be
Oh,
hard to kill them
no.
all.
I just remembered there's a book about that.
Oh.
Like, I remember one of the scenes is where, like, rats are trying to come out of the disposal in a sink, and the lady had to like put a bowl over and turn on the disposal.
Okay, that's a visual.
It is. It is definitely a thing. All right, so you're feeding the dragon,
Mhm.
and it wanders around the house. Or the apartment, whatever the safe house is.
Mm-hmm.
If there's windows, it starts poking at the glass. Hard enough that you're worried it may break the glass if it keeps up.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big boy.
But you get the impression that it's feeling cooped up in here.
Yeah.
You have to take them to a big open field
Mm-hmm.
and let them frolic.
Considering I put the dragon as intelligent,
Mm-hmm.
given the mythos of dragons, Connor will pause and look at the dragons like, can't exactly have you running around, but I can take you to a place you can get a little stretch your legs a bit if you don't mind being carried at high speeds.
It walks over to you, rears on its back legs, and just holds its front ones out. Which I guess
Oh,
are
it
also
wants
its wings.
uppies. It wants uppies.
All right. Then he'll pick up the wyvern. And it is heavy, yes, but epic strength. So he can carry a lot of weight.
Yeah, and we say it's a big boy, but it's currently it's currently not a whole lot bigger than like Spruce or Smoochums.
Yeah.
It's going to do a lot of growing, but it's just hatched.
A lot of it, yeah.
So kind of like where you're saying it's capable of intelligent and capable of communication, but it's a day old baby at this point. So
yeah.
all right. Where are you taking it?
Well, he had questions anyway. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna activate Heavenly Stride and zip over to the Kadama tree.
Oh yeah, little dragon is perfectly happy to be here in this little wooded area. He starts walking around, checking out trees, rolling around in the grass. Eventually finds a nice sunny spot and just kind of spreads its wings out on the ground.
Just basking.
Yeah.
It is also lizard, so.
Mm-hmm. And
There's
he'll
early morning joggers that start avoiding you.
unsurprising.
Most of them while pulling out their cell phones.
Connor will sort of wait by the tree for the Kadama to appear.
It slowly comes climbing down the tree.
So I brought a friend.
I see. A souvenir from Europe?
Something like that. Found his egg. Or her egg. Their egg.
You know how to find out, right?
No.
Nikodama walks over and starts examining the dragon. And he identifies its gender for you.
Which is female.
Okay. I can remember for sure. Oh, yes, this is a female.
Oh. Okay.
European ancestry, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Quite young. Must have only just hatched out.
Yesterday, actually.
Who was present when it hatched?
Me?
Okay.
Why?
When they're young, they tend to bond with the first person they see.
Oh.
The bond will make them easier to control while they're young. Like any offspring, once they get to a certain age, it's,
Yeah.
it will all depend on how good a job you did parenting.
Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to ask about. How does one raise a dragon?
There's some movies about it.
You shush your face.
You will need open space to try to learn to fly. Kadama starts going through kind of the nutritional requirements.
Mm-hmm.
Make certain that you understand this is an intelligent creature.
Yeah.
This is not like your friend's, hound, or what would you refer to Smoochums as?
It's an Amut, so
Yeah, this is not like your friend's hound or a moot, where they may be intelligent animals, but are essentially still animals. It will quickly learn to communicate, far faster than a human child.
Okay.
Or it can talk.
oh no.
So speak to it as you would speak to a person. It will catch on very quickly.
Well, that's what I have been doing.
Oh, good. Well, what else would he say? Oh yes, do not attempt to ride it. That would be very offensive to their. That would be very offensive to their pride.
Okay.
These creatures can hold grudges.
Right.
Also, it will like shiny things.
That makes sense.
Its hoarding instincts will kick in fairly early. As a child, the value of the items won't matter, just shiny.
Okay.
As it gets older, it will become more discerning.
Right. What if it lets me ride though? Just curiosity.
I suppose if it asks if you'd want to, that would be fine. Just don't demand it of it. Or of her.
Yeah, I figured as much there. Okay.
How did the cure work for your friend's grandparents?
They seem to be doing okay.
Excellent, excellent. As he's talking, he walks over, he glances at the offering bowl. There's nothing there.
Oh, right. And then he'll reach into his pack and pull out some peaches and put them in the bowl.
Ah, very kind of you.
Yeah.
I keep hoping more people in the city will begin doing that.
Well,
You're reliable, but everyone else is just every now and then.
yeah. Well, I did have a bit of a more discerning question that I'll actually need a bit of your divinity to answer. Do you know where these werewolves have been coming? Like, where their dens might be? In the local area, anyway, because I was recently attacked by a pack after we were told that they'd taken care of them.
Now, is there a roll you have to make for it to use that?
Yes. Yeah, there is. That's why I specifically stated to invoke its divinity a bit.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a roll then. Give me a second to sign into Roll20 because apparently I forgot to sign in.
Ooh.
I've been sitting there with this blank screen over going, there should be something over there. But yeah, that's what it is. Okay.
I see. I
All
think
right,
it's
I've got the rest of it. Yeah,
let's
it's all bright
see.
over here.
Would it be intellect occult?
That sounds like what we've used before.
Yeah, I know it's
I'd have
either
to
been
look
like intellect academics or intellect occult.
It'd be a cult in this case.
Okay. 3 successes. And
Okay,
I only need
that's pretty good.
I only need 1 for the knack to take effect. So I got 2 additional.
All right.
But I mean, if we're counting the general enhancement, technically 4, but up to you there.
All right. Yes, it's heard of a spot or two in the city that they were staying for some time. Though it's been some days since one was in the city limits.
Hmm.
He has caught their scent on the wind up north of the city. And he points out the wooded area that you ran into him.
Mm-hmm. He has a notebook out and he's taking notes, jotting it down.
They were staying somewhere in that area, but they seem to have moved off even further north. And he gives you a few like natural landmarks to kind of denote where they, where he thinks they're staying now. And it's kind of a general area. He doesn't tell you like a specific, they're in this cave or they're in this house. Just this is the general area they seem to be moving around.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
They have been restricting their hunting to wildlife. Perhaps not wanting to draw attention to themselves.
Until me, apparently.
Let's see, you got 4 successes, so be weary while you're up there. I do not know if he's present now, but there has been a god in the area.
We were told that Gaia was in the area, or at least taking an interest in the area. Is that who you're referring to?
No. If it was a goddess, I would have said a goddess. She has stayed mainly across the lake to the south.
Right. Well, we were planning to do some scouting, but I'll have to let them know.
I hope I have been of help to you.
You definitely have, thank you. We are forewarned, so to speak. And he'll open up the group chat.
Nope.
And
I think Adama turns out starts climbing back up his tree once he sees you pull his cell phone out.
Thank you.
Oh, clearly we're done. He kind of waves and goes back up his tree.
And he'll
munches on his peach.
So I've got some information.
Okay.
Everybody just waits for it to keep going.
Yeah.
Continue.
But theatrics. But it's like, so the werewolves have been mostly in the north. It's where their dens have been. But they've pushed further north since my last encounter with them. Gaia is mostly keeping to the south on the other side of the river. Lake. I keep forgetting. And however, I was warned that when we go looking or tracking Jaden, we need to be very careful. Because apparently there have been sightings of a god operating in the area.
Did they say which god?
Just a.
So I guess
Oh,
I'll leave
God.
Spruce home.
There's no telling.
A god. That limits it so much.
Do you know how little
Well-
that limits it down?
Well, I mean, I asked, did you mean
Slash
Gaia?
sarcasm.
And the Kadama got very sassy with me, saying that if it said a goddess, if it was a goddess, they would have said a goddess. But that's all the information that that it had for me. I mean, Kadamas may be deities, but they aren't as. I'm not sure how powerful they are in the hierarchy of divine strength. This could be a god that's hiding its presence from it. As much as possible, anyway.
And you two are still determined to go out there on your own.
I'm not entirely sure now.
I just want to see how far north they went and just keep track of how far north they keep going. If they're not coming into town, we don't need to worry about fighting.
Knows.
She's got a point.
Yeah.
If we can keep track that they keep going up north and not go north and then come back, then everything should hopefully be fine. But then we need to see what towns they'll be going to and try to keep those places kind of on their toes.
Isn't all's good north of Olympus?
Yes, but it is north and kind of to the east, and much further out than the area the Kadama was
Big
talking
think.
about.
Yeah.
The Kadama, where the Kadama was speaking and where Connor was previously, is more north and slightly to the west. Besides, werewolves wouldn't want to fight a Cyclops.
I don't know that.
You'd think they wouldn't want to fight a Scion, but
Well, Scion's just a person.
Cyclops are fruit and cake. Wait, no.
They're a type of giant. A buddy of mine found out the hard way playing Skyrim that a werewolf should not take on a giant.
How far across the map did they go?
Or did they go up into space?
I don't think they went straight up into space, but they got knocked a good little ways.
That makes sense.
Because he was literally like, I haven't run into anything as a werewolf that I can't take out. Oh, look, there's a giant.
Boom!
And the giant hit him with a big humility stick.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
The humility stick. Amazing.
That's what they are. I'll never forget one time where I ended up running into a giant, 2 dragons, and then got attacked by something else, just in a chain of succession. I'm just like, what's going on?
You're dying. It should be obvious.
Apparently. Well, that humility sticked one of the dragons, so that was an epic showdown that I got to sit back and went, popcorn.
Sash will throw in the group message. I leave it to you. Choose discretion. if you want to go alone.
Connor is nothing if not discreet.
It can be. Well, what do you want to do, Jaden?
I'd say let's just go to be precautious. Because the faster we can fix this, the faster you can go see your dad.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious what he wants.
And you said you wouldn't leave until we get this issue fixed, so.
Yeah.
Send your dad a text.
Scully, stop it.
And he'll he'll go in. He'll have one of his clones come to the shrine area and keep an eye on the dragon while he goes into the actual like shrine, the little temple building,
Mm-hmm.
where there's a little Wukong altar. And he'll
I
put
thought
some
this was a
peaches.
Kadama shrine. Maybe he didn't want to share.
Yeah, that's true. I've forgotten about that.
Didn't you have one at the dojo?
Yeah, he'll my brain. It's been a long day. Yeah, he'll go actually back to his apartment. Under when he gets like into the neighborhood, walk unnoticed. And then he'll put the peaches on the shrine there and write a note to his dad. To Wukong saying, I know you told me to come immediately, but or come to your mountain, but we kind of have a werewolf problem with another deity operating in the area and Gaia. I'd prefer not to leave the people here undefended. So I'll be there as soon as I can. Sorry if that's a problem. And then he'll head on back out.
Smiley face heart.
Yeah, basically. And he'll actually go to that I mean, honestly, the best way to describe it is the guild hall to go see if he can find Robert.
Robert's probably still there working.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd find him there. Probably getting some finishing touches done to the building and seeing what needs to be installed, if anything.
And before he just ambushes Robert, suddenly Connor's pops like, "Hey, buddy."
Yes.
So I've been thinking,
Okay.
which I know is a terrible thought for you all.
I mean, to be fair, it could be, but sometimes you're thinking it can do wonders. But how can I help?
Well, we get smacked around a lot. So I was thinking that you and I can kind of put our heads together and see about getting some armor made for the rest of the band that they might like.
Yeah, we could attempt to do that. That would be very beneficial, to be fair.
For example, and then he'll take off his trench coat and like, here, take a look at this. It's kind of heavy, and under your fingers it feels like scales almost. Rather dense, and they look like they could endure quite a bit of punishment.
Yeah, once he feels the scale, he'll be like, scale mail. Okay. It's not a
Yeah.
bad thought.
Well, this is, as far as I can tell, um, this is actually a relic that Dad left for me.
I
It's
like this.
it's a trench. It's a coat, so it's completely innocuous. So it's people won't really think twice about me having it on. But it's battle armor, basically. Heavily armored, and just on a whim, I've tried stabbing it with a knife a few times. Um, with my with my enhanced strength, and there was no real puncturing involved.
I totally picture that
Impressive.
with you doing that while wearing it. This is a nice coat. I wonder if it's knife proof.
Clink, clink,
I can imagine that too. Just him like,
Meh. No.
Stays the knife dented,
The knife just bends the other way.
Yeah.
basically.
Effectively, one of its traits as a relic is it's completely immune to the piercing tag.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not saying you'll be, cracking out relic grade armor like this, but
No, but it gives me something to shoot for.
yeah. I just I would prefer if the rest of the band wore armor like myself and Sasha does. Even if Sasha's wearing my old coat that I put together myself.
Okay. Well, yeah, this should be something we should be able to throw together. Any kind of like gestures behind them, like oh, now that I've got this up and slowly getting this up and running, that should be something a lot easier for me to accomplish.
That was my thought anyway.
Now then, I'll ask a foolish question.
What's up?
Are we considering making and donating anything to Penelope and her crew? Or do you think they're well off as they are? Or let me try this. Maybe offer a thought?
Offering might be better. I mean, I don't expect there will be much. Yeah, sure, but
I highly doubt it myself, but
yeah,
it never hurts to at least somewhat, you know,
yeah.
appear like we wish to assist if nothing else. But
Mhm.
okay. Okay, so let's see. He'll kind of rustle over and grab like a notepad something, just start writing. He's like, all right, let's see. So, okay, so we need to try and get one for everybody. I'm assuming you don't want a new one, considering, and he like lay kind of gestured to the let out coat on his table.
Well, considering Dad gave this to me, I'm pretty good, and he'll throw it back on.
Okay. I can see about belting these out. I don't know how fast I can get them to everybody, but I can see about getting some made. Shouldn't be too terribly hard. And again, since it's essentially scale mail, it it's relatively simple in concept. Sitting here and executing the amount of time it takes to, loop all the rings and get the scales to sit down right underneath the cloth, that's gonna be fun. But yeah, I should be able to get it done.
Yeah.
Any other thing we're looking to doing, or
Honestly, that was about it. I mean, like,
ah,
I'm. How to put this? Basically, I'm not a fan of. Like, I can take hits pretty well. I'm not a fan of other people um taking those hits too.
I mean,
Like Sasha, bless her, love her to death, but throwing herself into the front of a child of Baelor and basically getting wrecked.
It worked.
I believe the technical term is mollywopped.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
Technical
I
term
mean-
is curb stomped.
He's like, I mean, to be fair, I'm not much of a fan of all of us getting hurt either. But I mean, you're right. It should be something we take into account. If anything, at least it'll better our chances of survival in this case, because I'm afraid it's only going to get worse
Yeah.
in terms of what anything these deities are going to throw at us at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just give me some time and I'll try to get these belted out as quick as I can.
All right. Sounds good to me.
You think we should get Teleria something else weapon-wise, or do you think his little item will be okay?
Yeah.
I mean, it's been effective.
I mean, it
I just-
has, but
I just didn't know if maybe we should think about giving him maybe
Them.
Hey,
excuse me, pardon me.
Yeah.
Then don't know if maybe getting them something a little bit better, such as maybe a pistol of some sort, maybe at least a decent combat knife in case they need to defend themselves. As interesting as their little flashlight is, depending on what we come up against next, may not really care. It gets a little light in the eyes.
it's a thought.
It's something we can pitch to them another time, or pitch to them another time.
Yeah. I was about to say, yeah, let's run it by them first.
Oh, of course. Anything fancy you want me to put on these?
Yeah, just functional, really.
Alright, functional. Any particular material we're looking out of? I need to be on the lookout for to get all this built. I'm assuming probably good leather for the coat itself. That or very durable cloth. As far as I'm guessing on the scales and whatnot, you're just wanting steel. Or are you thinking
Yeah.
thinking of something a little more durable?
I mean, steel for now. Unless you can make something that would rival that.
Nothing immediately comes to my mind of that repertoire, but if I happen to get an idea or two, I'll see if it works.
Okay.
I'm getting this image of Robert doing up armored team suits.
Ugh.
Mm-mm-mm.
I mean, for the most part, he's just sitting here trying to think like, okay, basic trench coat, basic scale mail, tuck into coat, perfect, we got it.
You got there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
I just have to find the Ren Fair people and the cosplayers to help you put the stuff together.
Right.
And then I get that one guy that's really into like, military and police hardware, and they'll be like, why don't you just get one of them stab-proof vests?
it's not as cool.
It's not nearly
That
as
makes
cool.
too much sense. He'll smile like, okay, not a problem. Not a problem, Connor. I'll see about getting it done.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So after the breakfast meeting, what does Sasha get into? Talarius and Jaden have like work to do, and Robert had work to do.
She will send the grandparents a text and ask them if they want her in the shop today or not. Considering they just got back, she doesn't know if they want to get kind of their feet back under them or what.
Now, how exactly is she wording this?
She'll just ask them, I know you're probably chomping at the bit to get back to work. Do you want me to come in today, or do you want to kind of have a day to get back used to it? Either way, I'm available.
You get a text back. Oh, don't worry about it, dear. We're already here. You've got, you kept things in good shape while we were indisposed. And today's not one of the usual busy days. We should be all right. Go ahead and just take care of your own stuff if you need to.
Okay, she will just followed up with okay, if you need anything at all, just let me know. And she will go back to her apartment and probably just take care of resetting up her altar to a set.
Hey. What does that look like?
Probably just has different things on it, like that tie into it. Bowl with a snake motif, the outfit that they wore in the overworld, glass jar of sand from Egypt, a couple different little things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff that has either like a strong connection to a set or a strong connection to her relationship with a set. When she's at home, the Kopesh is on the altar.
Out where burglars could easily find it.
If she's at home, she also has Smoochums there, so Smoochums can hold them until she gets to the Kopesh.
Fair point.
Yeah.
When she's not at home, the Kopesh is on her.
Jaden, when you get to your class, you are surprised to find Dixie there.
Oh.
I mean, just sitting with the other students.
Is that a jealous noise, or?
Which
That's
she had signed up for the classes, but she's only showed up the one time.
Yeah.
You know. She acknowledges you when you walk in. Kind of gives you a nod.
So she'll have the class start, loading up into the vehicle so she can take them across the river.
Okay.
Lake.
I
was corrected earlier.
Over the river and through the wait, no.
Over the lake and through the... Nothing rhymes with lake.
Well, it's a long lake, so on the map it does kind of look like a river.
Aren't rivers all long lakes, really, though?
I don't want to hear that. Stop.
Lakes don't tend to flow.
Fair enough.
So y'all load up in the van. Like I said, you don't have as many people this go around. Several people try to get Dixie into conversations, and she's just not really having it. I mean, she answers questions. She's not just sitting there ignoring them, sour faced.
Classic RBF.
If they ask her something, she says something, but she doesn't get drawn into a full conversation.
Yeah.
You hear her make the excuse that she'd been really busy, so why she hadn't been able to make it back to class.
Sure.
Doing what? Saving your fucking ass. Now shut the fuck up.
That's true. Some of them would probably recognize her. Because the Varangians are, pretty famous at this point, too.
Right.
So yeah, you get them out in the woods, and it's pretty much like it was last time. You You find these occasional, particularly vibrant spots. The entire wood seems to be doing better than usual. Better than most of the woods in the area, given that the state's going through a heat wave. You know, a lot of places are dried out, and there's, there's flat out bans on any kind of like campfires or anything like that.
Yeah.
Not that your class does a whole lot of that. You know, you teach them how to make one, but that's not something you do every trip out anyway.
Yeah.
Dixie asks a lot of questions throughout the day. I mean, relevant to the class. She seems to be trying to learn something.
She's not doing those passive aggressive like. So what happened when you were out for 4 weeks? What happened?
What did you do? Why did you leave us alone? And like you come across that grove of apple trees that I mentioned, that hadn't been there before, and now they're full grown and very lush. And she very pointedly, when y'all pass through that area, she very pointedly looks at you, kind of questioningly, like,
And Jaden will nod and grab an apple and put it in her little bag.
Dixie also takes an apple. Several of the students wind up eating some of the apples. And on the ride back, she mentions that she had been iffy about the class, but and she's a little quiet about this. She talks to you about this when like the rest of the students are busy talking amongst themselves. But if they're going to be dealing with Gaia and trying to track down a werewolf, yeah, she probably needs to know a little bit more about how to traverse the wilderness. It had been kind of a low priority for her up to this point. She's a fighter, and so far she's mostly done stuff in the city, but there's a lot of empty space here in America.
I mean, Jaden will bring up
here in the Midwest, I should say.
Oh, Jaden will bring up. Well, Penelope said that you guys were mainly city, so.
Well, that was our purpose of coming together.
City folk.
But I mean, that's fine. I wouldn't mind showing you certain things and how to be a little bit more sneaky around. How to use this to your advantage.
Oh, good. She's sure she'll learn a lot then.
Colby, please don't step on anything to turn off Mommy's computer.
Bloop.
Please. Mommy will be so upset. Let me move him. I'm afraid of him turning off my damn... Or unplugging something. Colby, come here.
Mother, I crave violence.
Mother, I crave power conservation. Click.
No!
We're going green. Click.
Are you grabbing it? Okay. He's not behind with the wires anymore, so it's fine.
I'm waiting for both Josh and Rappy to like freeze up. Oh god, I thought that was a bear. It's just your cat.
Yes, we have a little mini bear.
It is a poofy cat.
He weighs over 16 pounds.
Jesus Christ.
He almost took Duba out the other day.
That's not a joke. Literally, I was going to go charge my phone in the bedroom. As I'm walking, I about stumble forward and almost kiss the nightstand because Lord Chungus there decides, Father, I want your attention, and I'm also going to stop directly in front of your foot.
Tracks.
Yeah.
Father, I desire your insurance money.
Oh god. Colby, why? Buddy, why are you trying to climb my chair from behind my blanket?
There's so much going on.
It's all cat related.
It is.
But all right,
Mine are all asleep right now, so
so you
Lucky
get
you.
you
Lucky
get your
you.
class back, and the rest of your day is free. So, are you and Connor gonna do your tracking?
Well, she's gonna set up for classes for next semester first.
Okay.
And then after that, she's gonna message Connor and be like, "Let me know whenever you're ready." But can we meet up at the Kadama tree first?
Sure. And then he'll basically go back to the tree where the dragon is probably still sunbathing, I imagine.
Yes,
Wow.
Faux Connor hasn't had too much trouble out of it.
it's digesting those 45 pounds of reptile food.
I don't doubt it.
It's only gotten a little agitated when a few people were trying to get a little too close to it to take pictures.
Yeah.
You know,
I
it
don't-
snapped its teeth at one group, and one guy looks over at Faux Connor. Is that thing tame?
Mostly. Working on it.
Is there a leash law in this town?
He just basically just goes and then just gestures to the dragons like, let me put it to you this way. Would you like it if I put a leash on you?
I'm not snapping my teeth. I'm not snapping my teeth at anybody.
Well, she's a baby.
It's a big baby.
And will be just as intelligent, if not more so, than most humans as more she grows.
He
This
seems
point-
skeptical.
At this point, you're a stranger getting too close.
Well, okay, then if not a leash, maybe if she's a baby, get one of those baby harnesses.
I am the harness. That's why I'm here.
I am the harness.
Oh, okay. Then he asks you for an autograph.
And he'll sign it.
When Jaden gets there, she'll hand over an apple, the apple to Connor, and be like, "There's more groves. I didn't give you the apple the last time I grabbed one, but here's an apple from one of the groves."
It's a very pretty apple.
Somehow I'm not surprised. I should be, but I'm not. Alright, ready to go?
Yeah.
Alright.
Activate Heavenly Stride and would follow Connor.
And we're going stalking.
All right, so y'all take off.
Stalking.
Faux Connor, you see your little dragon get her head snaps up when she sees Daddy running away, but then she sees another Daddy standing over there, and she just looks confused for a second, and then decides screw it, and lays it back down.
He just scritches like around the ridges on her hands, like we're both him.
Well, she has seen multiple yous running around at the same time, her entire life. So
Yep.
Gonna get the dragon.
all 20 or so
Book.
hours of it so far.
Just get the dragon, the book, My Two Dads. 3 dads. How many clones is he up to?
I don't remember.
3. So there can be 4 of him running around at any given time.
My 4 dads.
Tracks.
All right, so you and Jaden, or Connor and Jaden, I should say, go jogging up north. It takes you a few minutes to get to the side of the previous night's ambush.
Well, it was here where we got hit. Well, I got hit.
Okay.
So.
And let's see what she can find.
All right, give me your.
We said what? Cunning, survival, right?
Yes, I believe so.
5
Hey.
successes? 6 successes. 6 successes.
Okay. So you pick up their trail as it heads back into the woods.
And she's gonna follow it, but keep kind of top with the trees.
Do what now?
She's gonna follow the tracks, but kind of keep track as she's up on the tree, so she's like jumping from tree to tree.
Oh, okay.
Stop trying to claw my leg to climb, kid. Please.
All right, so you travel along through the woods. And when they first enter the woods, there's some zigzagging and circling back, and like they weren't sure if Connor might be following them or something. But after a couple of 100 yards, they all kind of group up, and it's just kind of a straight line through the woods.
Okay.
Avoiding whatever obstacles they needed to. But while Connor was, you were, the wolves Connor were fighting were kind of oversized, so you're seeing kind of big, the big wolf paw prints. Once they come out the other side, the paw prints end. You find one or two good prints that's like mid transformation.
That's cool, actually.
There seems to be that there was a bunch of vehicles parked in the area. I mean, I say a bunch, like 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's some like standing around and shifting around, and then shoe prints start appearing. So you assume they got here, changed back to human, got dressed, and then drove off.
And that is what she'll tell Connor. So they do have vehicles, so they're not staying here.
Right.
They do
Kadama said
have.
that they were moving further north.
Yeah, but I think they're like moving into houses and not into the woods.
How much further should we try to go?
I just want to see where they stop, like what town, and then we can come back in a few days and check the town out.
All right.
Alright, so y'all continue on following the vehicles?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you continue along the road, and eventually they pull off into another patch of woods. Connor, you recognize one or two of the landmarks the Kadama had mentioned.
Hey, Jaden, come back here a sec.
Okay.
He'll pull out his notebook, flip over to it, and hand it over to her, mentioning all the landmarks that the Kadama mentioned.
Okay.
Some of these look fairly memorable.
Yeah.
So we could be getting pretty close.
We could be. So I'll keep a track to look out for these.
Okay. Give me a stealth rolls.
Alrighty. Let's see, double checking.
Dexterity, right?
Yes. Dexterity and
Subterfuge. Right?
yes, I believe so. Because stealth is not an actual thing.
Okay.
3 successes.
Okay.
Alright, I have one.
All right.
I have 6 successes.
Ow! Stop it! You're making me so itchy because you keep fucking up my legs. Not a tree to be climbed, sir.
That's why I say animals are outside things.
Mm.
It's not always a popular opinion. All right, they got 2 successes, so.
Oh wait, that would have been 4 successes, or is it 5 because of the wild purview?
We get a +2 enhancement to stealth in the
Okay,
wilderness
so
area.
that would have been
Wild.
5. Okay.
So she got 5, I got 6.
So yeah, you beat both of them substantially.
Okay.
So the cars are parked in a little clearing. There's a couple of people
Mm-hmm.
that seem to be on watch. One of them you can see has got like a sidearm on him. The other one doesn't appear to be armed. But they're very alert. I mean, they're not slackers at all. You see the 4 vehicles that you've been following there, as well as like 2 RVs.
Hmm.
And it's just this little clearing out in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
The RV's engines are cranked and idling. Probably generating, probably so there's power inside or something.
Yeah.
They have a big campfire set up outside. Or a big, they don't currently have a fire going, but they've got, the fire pit dug or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the 2 guys on watch are the only people you see right now.
Okay. Jaden will pull out her phone, which is muted, look at the map, and try to kind of ping where it's located on her and take a screenshot of it
Okay.
so that she can keep that for reference.
Okay, not a problem. You can pull up the GPS coordinates or whatever too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you're, this is what you see right now. So what do you?
Of course, she'll then look at Connor and signal to head back, away from them,
Mm-hmm.
just so they'd be like, all right, so we know where they're at currently. We'll come back around this time in a few days to see if they're still here.
Okay.
All right, so y'all slip off without any trouble, and y'all can get back to Olympus.
Let's say before
Wait.
Connor leaves, from where they're at, can you get a clear image of the license plates or a clear visual?
Give me another stealth check. See if you can maneuver into a good position to get like the license plates.
6.
Yeah, you kind of wiggle around under a brush, or up in the trees, however you do it. But you do eventually manage to get to a position where you can take the, and you got to move several times to get everybody's.
Okay.
But you get both RVs and all 4 of the cars.
Okay.
And they, just glance at them, they're from a variety of states.
All right.
The two RVs are from the same state, and the cars are just kind of a mishmash.
Gotcha. Okay. Sounds like a plan. Yeah, so then we head back. I assume. Unless Jaden has something else that she wants to do.
No. She got what she wanted coming here. Their first
Hey.
location stopped that when she found them.
Gotcha. Okie dokie.
Alright. So y'all get back to town. And it's up in the afternoon by this point, of course. Probably late afternoon.
Yeah. Alright, when we meeting up. As Carl was sent a message, like, so we've got some info. If y'all want to meet up.
Oh.
I respond, sure, be over in a minute.
Where are we meeting up at?
Rubicon? Question mark?
Too public.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sasha's got a
unless we
point
use
there.
one of their rooms.
They got a
You come to my
spacious,
place.
they got a spacious basement.
I mean, we already know what's down there, so I mean, it shouldn't be a big deal for down there again.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
Hilarious was like, you can come to my apartment. I'm just finishing up the video.
Sounds like a plan.
I'll get dinner? Question mark started. They say that and then they just order like Pizza Hut.
That's technically getting dinner started.
I mean, not wrong.
Well, they're getting somebody to get dinner started. There's just an extra step, that's all.
Yeah. Sasha will walk over with Smoochums and doggo mode.
Bring the pets.
Mm-mm-mm.
There's like 8 stacks of pizza.
Samuel's already gotten into them.
Yep. Samuel's already like halfway through one hole by himself.
Just order Samuel's favorite toppings and just put it off to the side.
Mm-mm-mm.
He gets the vegetarian, and then he starts adding a bunch of meat to it.
Anchovies?
He's great. Greeks eat a lot of seafood, sure.
Yeah.
I like Samuel already.
So yeah, he's already sitting over by the TV with his pizza. Yeah. Still trying to clear all of his, Days of Our Lives off the recorder. Well, y'all gone for like a week, It's like 5 hours worth of soap opera to watch.
Got a lot of catching up to do.
All right, y'all all meet up there.
Yeah.
By this point, I'd assume Fo Connor is probably taking the dragon home.
Yeah.
You were starting to have like park ranger types show up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, this whole area around the shrine they're kind of, they kind of walk softly around here. They don't really know what to make of it or really want to get anything's attention.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a friggin' dragon in their park. They kind of want to keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
I wonder if Solaris would have like their own like if they own like the whole top floor. I wonder if they would have their own like pool area. Put the dragon in there. Let it bask for a bit.
I mean, may as well.
Every now and again, just throw a pizza at it.
Stick on the roof of a building, like like some people raise pigeons on the rooftops.
That's also
I mean,
doable.
it could work.
It's really just a big. Just think of it as a big pigeon.
Just
A large pigeon that may breathe something after a while.
Maybe.
Could be fire, could be poison vapor. It depends on which myth it comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like they'll give a box to like everyone. Whatever their favorite toppings, like Tillarius, I feel like would know that at this point.
Possibly.
Just hands them off.
So yeah, you get all the pizza passed out. Samuel pauses his show. So what'd y'all find out?
Well, then he'll pull up his phone and hey, Clarice, you might want to copy all these pictures, and he'll like scroll through the pictures of all the license plates.
Just takes the phone and then like does like this swipe towards the computer. Okay.
Right. That's all. That's license plates from all the vehicles. They did shift to go further north, and a lot of the monuments that the Kadama asked me to look out for were there.
Have they been desecrated?
Not that I could tell.
I mean,
We didn't really
Hmm?
look,
Sure.
but
Just that's never a good thing in the movies I've watched. So I assume it's still not a good thing in the real world.
yeah, probably.
Connor has like 2 stacks of like Hawaiian pizza.
He's just there, just.
Anything else? We didn't catch like faces or people. Or did you see the people themselves, or did you see like?
Just 2 of them. They were, and he'll gesture to those pictures. Those are the only 2 we saw. There might have been others, but that was it.
Yeah, I got the coordinates of where they were staying currently, so we'll see in a couple of days if they've moved north.
Players will like slide over to their computer and just like start looking up some of the license plates and seeing if they come from. They're from out of state, so if they're like from a rental company that they just said, "Fuck it, I'm stealing this car," or whatever.
Generally, I think it takes the police to run tags.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to like hack into the police database or whatever, that would be a technology role.
They can do that, or they can try.
It's not going to be the easiest thing in the world to do, but
no, of course not. They're gonna make sure their VPN is on.
Oh yeah, because that's
VPN.
foolproof.
No, but it's much safer than just like doing it off of their own IP.
Mm-hmm.
What's the role? Technology and what? Cunning?
Use some of that momentum too.
Cunning and technology.
Okay.
What is our momentum at anyway?
3.
3.
Oh, okay.
How much you want to burn?
Do I want to burn any?
Might as well. I mean, it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll burn 3 momentum.
That's
Know where I
metagaming,
see
but
it, though.
okay.
A little bit, yeah. That's fine.
I mean, you know.
Let's see. All right. So now, this role specifically? Is this gonna do like? So if this succeeds, is this gonna do all of it, or is it just gonna get me into the police? Into the police where they can run plates.
It'll do it all, because once you're in, running the plates isn't an issue.
Sure. Okay, just making sure. One success. That'll be 2 successes. Was my thing. 3. 2 successes.
All right, I got 4.
Ooh, baby.
I rolled pretty good. There was
Yeah.
a 10 in there.
I have 5, 6, 7, 8 dots in that total.
I
flubbed
feel that pain.
And then 3 momentum.
So yeah, you can't get into the police database. They didn't beat you by, it didn't beat you by much though. So they certainly, you're quite confident they didn't manage to backtrack.
Yeah, it was just
or
off by
even
2,
necessarily notice.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna look at the Olympus PD website later. Like we've been notified of attacks by hackers. We are aware of the situation. Hilarious is like, just cursory attempts right now, but I'll try something again later. But I got nothing so far. I will keep these plates in mind though. I'd rather us do it versus, we don't know who's on. We've been burned by the police before, is what I'm saying. I don't think anybody here objects to that.
I don't know. Connor's
I have
got
to
police
use-
contacts.
Yeah. Connor has police contacts, but again, I don't know who's on the take and who isn't.
Yeah.
Oh well, I'll try that again another time. They just it's like they're wiping all evidence that they even tried anything.
You were running a secure version of Linux off of a flash drive. You just break the flash drive. All right. So is there any other plot and planning you're going to do tonight?
I think I'm good. Is anyone else? Is there anything else we need to look at? All right, give it to me straight, guys. How dangerous really are werewolves?
That depends entirely on the myth.
Would
Some
Sasha know how dangerous werewolves are with roll?
With 6 fucking successes.
They will F you up. I mean, like Connor said, it depends on the nature of the werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
There are some that don't change form; they just have a wolf spirit in them. Now, the way Connor described them, these are your full shifting back and forth, multiple forms werewolves.
Mm-hmm.
You'd put money on Connor in a fight against one Imano. If they started ganging, if a couple of them jumped him, it gets to be a much fairer fight. Most of the group could probably take one. You wouldn't want to fight them if you were outnumbered, though.
Oh, of course.
No, not without, range or, going in prepped. Almost universally, they're vulnerable to silver. Though there are a few where it's got to be silver wielded by someone who loves them. Though those are usually specific curses as opposed to your more generic, I just pass it along. So not a combat. They are not combatants to be taken lightly.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't need to be scared of them. Just prep for them.
Yeah.
So, y'all come up with a battle plan. What are y'all planning to do? What do y'all want to do? How does the rest of y'all's pizza party go?
Sasha's just mostly quiet and feeding any wayward pizza crusts to Smoochums.
Should we let the other band know what we found so far?
We did agree to transparency with them.
We did.
I'll text them if you guys want. Just I'll send the text to Penelope with the. And I'm about to send it. I look at the party. I'm like, do we show them the license plates?
Might as well. It couldn't hurt.
Okay. They'll attach the pictures of the license plates to Penelope.
Okay.
This is what Jaden and Connor found.
A little bit later, you get a message back from her. Well, it's good to know where they're based. Good to know where they're based at. Are you planning to hit them, tonight? Do you have any information on the? You said the tag numbers. Do you have information on them? I have some contacts that could probably run the tags if you'd like.
6%. It's much easier
I
than
do
what I
too.
had in mind. Yeah. Connor. I imagine Penelope and Connor go to the same person to run plays.
That'd be funny.
Well, it's a decent sized city. There's a lot of police that,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them owe like some Scion.
But
yeah. Tillers will be like, that's much easier than what I had in mind. Sure. Connor can also run has people as well, so that'll be easy enough.
Did we tell them about? Wait, did the bit about there being a god up north? That was in the group chat, correct?
No.
Yes.
Was it? I
Yeah,
mean,
it was.
to them.
No, not to that. Not to the other band, but it was in the group chat for the party, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sasha will bring that up. Do we want to let them know about the wayward god?
I mean,
Probably important if they try to go scouting. So yeah, Tillers
Yeah,
will like
let's
follow up
warn
text.
them.
There's and they use air quotes, wayward god up north by where these people are.
We don't know which one.
so
you
Jaden be like,
get a question back, Gaia?
no.
No,
No.
to the south.
Guy is south only, apparently.
Guy has been staying to the south. This is a different person. This is a different god.
Male god.
Male
Dama
god.
made that clear.
Like Kodama is very clear about it being about the gender
god.
being a male god.
Mm-hmm.
How many gods are effing around with this city?
Too many.
Some just like text back something about this place being called Olympus. Probably bad juju.
Well, for bad juju for anybody not tied to the Olympians.
How that's
Yeah,
it.
we
How that's
don't
my
even
father.
be like, we don't even know if this wayward god is tied to Olympus.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know if it's related to the werewolves?
Possible, not likely, not confirmed.
Noted. I'll check on those license plates and get back with you.
Just a thumbs up emoji.
But
It's just hilarious
Jade-
with the thumbs up.
Jane would be like, we're not gonna hit the werewolves because we don't know what would happen if the god is with them or not.
Mhm. Uh, okay.
So okay, they'll let you know what they find out in the morning. So if there's nothing else that y'all want to accomplish tonight, everybody retires. Fairly early in the morning, 9 or 10. Penelope sends out a text. She had her contact with the police, run those tags. The 2 motorhomes are. She gives you the 2 names of the people there. They belong to.
Mm-hmm.
All of the vehicle tags are stolen.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of the tags match up with the vehicles they're on. The other 2, the tag you got does not match up with the type of vehicle that it's on. And the police are checking to see if somebody stole a vehicle and then swapped tags with somebody else in like a parking lot or something. So yeah, the cars or SUVs or whatever are apparently stolen, while the motorhomes at least have not been reported as stolen.
If they were stored somewhere, though, it could be a while before the owners notice.
He is going to check for me. I'll have somebody go by and check with the owners to see what's up. So, if you need anything else, let me know. If you find out anything else, let me know.
The thumbs up is just hilarious. Thumbs up. They've made themselves into emojis.
That tracks.
It really does.
It's a special type of hubris.
One of the better selling emojis on iOS.
No love for Android.
They're on Android, they just don't sell as well. So it's just like, okay, well, I'm gonna upload a few videos, or cue them for the week, because I feel like we're gonna be busy again. And we'll get to business tomorrow.
Well, this is the next morning.
Okay, and it's time for business.
Sounds good.
All right, what is y'all's plan?
Let's
Well, we
take care of this so we can take care of other things.
Yeah.
We do have our designated driver now.
Haha.
I'm picturing you saying that, and everybody looks over at Robert. He's got a hip flask. Huh?
He just purposely starts staying just a little buzz. So no, I can't drive, guys. I'm sorry.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I just came today.
I can see it.
Robert, it's 9 o'clock in the morning.
And your point?
We need
5
to have an
o'clock somewhere.
intervention.
What? I'm thirsty. I have liquid refreshment right here in this convenient little bottle on my hip.
I'm Norse. Quit trying to oppress my religion.
Oh.
Question though, do y'all want me to bring the dragon?
Do you
It's
think
still a baby.
I know.
Then no.
It's a big, vicious baby, though.
Yes.
it
I
may
just
not?
used to say something that can freaking rip your leg off like nobody's business.
Mm-hmm.
introducing it to violence at a young age may not be the best way to integrate it into the group.
Connor was introduced to violence at a young age. He turned out fine.
No, he didn't.
Kind of see what you mean, considering I was introduced to violence at a young age, and I'm not okay.
It's less. They're less than a week old. Give it some time.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll leave a copy of me with her then.
Maybe talk to her about it later. I don't know.
Yeah.
Practice sparring with the dragon.
Ooh.
Well, that's gonna turn out well.
It'd be good to train it.
Yeah, I would.
And that way it starts off like it's a game.
Well, maybe not like a game, but
It's very much a game.
Yep.
just to so it learns that there's an appropriate time for violence against humans or other supernatural creatures. And there are times when it is not appropriate.
Fair. Adulting is hard.
Thumbs up emoji.
A month in, Connor can't handle it anymore. Just leaves the dragon at a no-kill shelter. It'll be fine.
Oh no.
Everyone recognizes it as his, though, so they just bring it back. Like, did you leave this somewhere? Did it get out?
Mm. Oh no.
I'm sorry. The only talking pets we accept are parrots. You gotta take this one back. It told us your address.
Oh, that's horrible. In a really big cardboard box, just really big sad eyes.
Mhm.
Big sign on the front. Free dragons. Free dragons to good home.
Uh-huh.
What do you call a baby dragon?
The Drake.
Dragonette,
A wireling.
We got a bunch of
Baby?
names.
Tainu.
I know my baby.
Little scaly bean.
A little scaly bean. I like that one.
I do too.
Alright, so anyway, you got Faux Connor babysitting dragon.
Yes. While we go off fighting.
Alright, are y'all gone off alone? Are you going to contact the other band?
We should probably contact the other band at least.
Mm-hmm.
At least let them know where we're going. That way, if things turn south.
If you don't hear from us in 12 hours, come after us.
Oh no.
Yeah, just let them know. We're going to, check everything out. We'll report back as soon as we have more information. If you don't hear from us within 24 hours,
Assume the worst.
You gotta get back. Are you sure you want us to wait 24 hours to come looking for you?
if you don't hear from us by... What time is it now?
Oh, let's say it's noon by the time y'all are getting ready to actually head out.
If you don't hear from us by dinner, come looking. Or at least try to reach out to us and make sure we didn't forget to contact back.
Will do. Would you like me to send some of the Varangian guard with you?
Looks at the rest of the group at that.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I mean, I don't mind, personally.
Yay or nay?
Jaden, Robert,
Yeah, I
Don't
guess.
bother me.
I mean, werewolves hunt in packs. We don't know how many there are.
Extra
are the
buddies.
I
Hmm.
mean, this is why I kind of wanted to scout for a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
But if you guys want to go, I'm not. You guys go by.
Right.
If any would be willing to come, we would not deny them the pleasure.
That's a weird way to word that. Yeah.
All right. So she asks where they can meet up with you at. And when you get there, there's a nondescript black SUV with like 6 guys.
Was not expecting 6 guys, but here we are.
Mm-hmm.
They're wearing kind of civilian version of SWAT equipment. They got little flat jackets.
Mm-hmm.
A little I don't know, MP5 or something.
Quick question. How long have we been back from Antwerp?
This is like the 3rd day, maybe.
How long does it take to heal stuff from maimed?
5, if untreated.
Well, kind of helped treat when we were there. Had you guys roll
That removes the bruised, I think.
bruised and injuries, not maimed. I'm not that high.
Okay. So I probably just have like 1 level of damage.
Yeah.
Probably.
Cool.
It'll be fine. What can possibly go wrong?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Colby, was that you, buddy?
Sasha is taking smoochums until they get into like the deep wood. Smoochums is remaining as big chunky boy of Pibble.
Okay. The head of the Varangian guard, or this little squad of them, is named Stevenson.
Stevenson.
According to the name tag.
Mm-hmm.
He introduces himself. Directs, he steps up and speaks to Sasha first.
Sasha's like, I really don't want to be the leader here again. Okay. I assume that. What was Penelope's last name? She'd know that.
Has Penelope ever given you her last name?
Considering Penelope knows she's Egyptian and the power that Egyptians have, no, she probably wouldn't have. She would just say, I would assume Miss Penelope has given you information regarding what we're doing.
Hold that thought.
Penelope Pitstop.
I'm about to say, God dang it.
No, my...
Did your Rolodex crash?
Yeah, actually, because my notes are gone.
Right.
Yeah. But no, we did get all of we did get the names of the entire other band, like first and last. I remember that. Because, before, I think they were aware she was Egyptian. Their names were kind of broadcast on on that sort of, this is our introduction newscast.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, quite possibly.
Oh, no,
I
it was.
I've got all their names written down. I bet you
down.
it's in my Google Doc somewhere, and not in my actual physical notes.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, he would refer to her as Miss whatever her last name is.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, ma'am. We are armed with silver.
Sasha in the back of her head, man, we should have got some of that shit, but too late now.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, but he's like, we'll follow your lead. Are we trying to take any prisoners, or are we just trying to eliminate these threats?
Looks over at the rest of the group.
I'm here to eliminate the threat. personally.
I can talk to their ghosts if need be.
This is true.
Yep.
He's very good. Just need to know the mission parameters. Miss Penelope was pretty certain they could not be cured.
Then death will be a mercy.
They go load up in their car. You know they're going to follow you. You know where you're going.
Yeah.
I mean they've been given the GPS coordinates too, but they're still going to follow you because you guys are probably the stoutest something's around.
Mm-hmm.
Also, probably better to park a little way off and move in versus just drive all up in there like, hey, heard you're having a barbecue.
Hi guys, how are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
How far off do we want to park from that location that we have?
I probably have really good senses, so we don't want to get too close.
And if only 2 are at the camp, the other ones could be patrolling.
It's possible, yeah.
Or maybe we do want to be in there and just like in their business. Who knows? I was giving me that look like you don't, so okay, fair enough.
All right, so y'all park a little ways off anyway. Y'all start in the woods.
Caution's sometimes better.
Yeah.
So how are y'all approaching the camp?
Staying far behind the 2 people who are like the sneakiest, so as not to like give them up.
Yeah, Connor's gonna try to sneak up again.
All right, give me a stealth roll.
Alright.
Sure.
I'm
Guys
back.
will
What
also
do we
be
miss?
stealthy.
You've got to the
Where?
woods. Connor is stealthing inside, where everybody else, all the non-stealthy people, are hanging back.
Alright,
Alright.
so that's 5 total for me.
Alright. Jaden will also stealth. Four.
Okay.
8.
Yowza. So yeah, y'all slip back up like you had before. There seem to be 4 people standing around the camp with guns. There is 2 guys have a fire going out in the middle and seem to be cooking some venison.
Mm-hmm.
They got it on like a turning spit. With smaller stuff up under it for like side dishes. Maybe they're boiling some coffee.
Yeah.
Are they talking?
Yes. Not the ones that not really patrolling, but not the ones with the guns out. Kind of watching the clearing. Jaden spots basically some of their tracks around where some of y'all's tracks in the previous night were. So that may be why they're on kind of a heightened security.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 guys doing the cooking are basically, it's at first you think they're having an argument with each other.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to say also real quick, Connor will activate a legend once he notices those. He'll he'll imbue one legend, activate walk unnoticed.
Okay.
As he realizes he should have done that the first time we came through.
Mm.
But
But you didn't.
I mean, hindsight's 2020.
You still leave tracks and everything. It just makes them, if they look your direction, they look over you.
Yeah.
But anyway, the two cookings seem to be having an argument. At least at first, it seems like an argument.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of them's cursing and carrying on, and, you know, we need to get out of here. We lost half the pack. You know, there's no reason for us to stay here.
Mm-hmm.
And the other guy's like, you know, if you can go, go. It ain't like the rest of us ain't tried. Which is the first guy back off on a tirade about, you know, he thought this curse brought freedom, but, you know, but here they're stuck here because some god has fate bound them to this mission.
Off in the distance, even though Sasha can't hear this, there's a brief feeling of, oh shit.
Yeah, Connor will pull out his phone, group chat. It's like, so apparently the werewolves are here because a god has fate bound them to do whatever they're doing.
And he continues on that he's sick of hiding in the woods. He's sick of eating deer.
Yeah, and he'll, as that's going on, he will copy that message and then text that to Penelope.
Why would someone fate bind them to the woods? For what mission? Wiping out the deer population?
Killing us?
Gotta kill them.
If they wanted to kill us, they would have come into Olympus, not sat out here in the woods.
Unless they know because of the other band, they'd have more of an issue.
But from the reactions of the one guy, the calmer one, you get the impression that this guy's been ranting about this for a while, or that it's a rant they've heard multiple times.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Finally, the guy's like, well, we at least need to recruit some more people. New recruits are hard to control. If we bring in new people, it's going to be hard to keep a low profile.
Do any of them look familiar? Like their human forms?
To you, no.
Okay.
I mean, other than you see the guys you saw the day before.
Right.
You know, those two guys are two of the ones still wandering around.
Do you said to him no? What about to Jaden?
No, you don't know either.
No. Okay.
Okay.
One of your students. Ooh.
I mean, some students aren't coming back, so you never know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do we want to do? Do you think we can just have tea with them and it'll be fine?
I mean, it wouldn't go so far as tea, but I might be able to cow them into submission. At least we can find out more information, perhaps, about this fate-binding mission.
Connor will respond to that text. But can that power at least overpower the fate binding of a god?
One way to find out.
Shrug emoji.
Hilarious. We'll put it in the group chat. Oh, do you need me to go forward to make sure they're on the up and up?
Since Sasha's like probably, they're all probably still standing back here. What do you mean up and up?
Like, you know, they're telling the truth.
If I don't have to know their names. I can exert kind of just power over them. It'll cow them into submission. They'll cease hostilities. They're generally more Sure, we can stack it on. Why not? Let's see what happens.
All right. So are the rest of you advancing?
That's hilarious. Well,
All right.
Not-
The rest,
Sasha
they're
will.
still trying to be quiet, but yeah.
rest of
they're
you give me stealth
advancing.
rolls then.
Sasha's
Yay.
also Are the Varangian guard coming with?
Yeah, they're behind you.
Sasha will look over at them and be like, keep within range of me. I do have an ability that will keep firearms from striking you. I understand you are wearing vests, but it'll keep them from getting shot.
Oh, we understand, ma'am.
Oof.
The vests help, but trust me, we still don't want to get shot.
Understood. And she is going to activate the enforcing the boundary.
Okay.
Got 2 momentum from those shitty stealth rolls.
It was what, dexterity subterfuge?
Mhm.
Yes.
Let's not go for a third. Hey!
Jesus Christ.
That's a 6.
Uh-huh.
Let's hope the roll for the Sekim's Blaze is as good as that.
Okay. Connor and Jaden, you hear Robert and Talarius coming.
Okay.
And from
Oh,
the reaction
no.
in the camp, the two guards closest also hear. One of them sends out a sharp little whistle. Sounds like some kind of bird call.
Jaden will take her bow out and start getting it ready.
Connor will
Shame.
pull the he'll pull the staff out from behind his ear and just sort of hold it in his hand ready to extend it on
Just
command.
Does Sasha hear the whistle too? Or is she too far back with the group?
Oh, sure, but like I said, it sounds like a bird call.
Never mind then. She,
Oh,
since
that's too momentum.
since they planned on, at least her and Talaris had planned on trying to do the thing where they subdue him for a little bit.
Hmm.
Sasha would be walking towards the front of the group to try and be like able to catch the vision or like catch their eyesight first to try and do that skill.
So the two furthest away from the side y'all are approaching. They go and alert. They'll keep it up with what's happening with their buddies. But they're also watching the other side in case they're
Sure.
in case they're being surrounded. The two that are cooking, stop what they're doing. Get up and pick up their
Venison later.
weaponry.
This sucks.
The two closest to you kind of take up positions behind two of the vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know when I get eye line of one of them.
Sloppily copy and pasted the information for the skill she's going to use in there.
All right, so all of you hit the tree line. As soon as you come within eye contact with them, the two that are braced up, are planning to immediately fire. I assume Sasha's setting off that ability.
Yeah, she had that ability started as soon as they started walking towards the camp. The enforcing the boundaries have been on since they walked in. As soon as she gets eyesight on them, she's gonna use that. It's a presence plus legend versus resolve plus legend.
Okay.
Manifesting good rolls.
I'm going to roll culture because that has 3 points.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to hold on a second.
We're 8 minutes till time to wrap up. I think we're going to hold off here.
Okay.
I meant to get the fight done tonight, but
It's us.
kind of lost track of time. Not laying blame anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Tangents.
Cats.
The tangents I don't feel like were as bad as we normally
They
can.
weren't long.
No.
Mm.
They were short tangents, but we've had worse.
So yeah, the scene ends with them getting ready to fire as three of you step out of the clearing. The Varangian guard aren't stepping out into the clearing with you. They're kind of spreading out, taking up firing positions, still in the woods where they've got some cover. Oh, not spread out too far though, because Sasha had told them to stay grouped up behind her. I forgot about that.
Yeah, she's got that on to keep people from getting shot. Mostly the band, but she figures bringing back the guard for the other brand is a, good gesture.
Thanks to them 6 guys who sent us. Here's their perforated flak jackets.
Remains, yeah.
Yeah.
I talked to their ghosts. They said thanks.
Wow.
They said they appreciated the opportunity, but
Thanks, but no thanks.
They wanted you to know they quit.
So anyway, that's gonna wrap us up for today. Hope you enjoyed it. I have fun. Always have fun running. Hope anybody watching. I know we had a few people pop up. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you'll come back next week. All right, help me out, Deca. What other games do we have going on?
I wrote them on my notes for the other day. Actually, hold on.
Here, wait. I had to make the card thing for the YouTube channel.
That's right, you did.
You made another one?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Oh, cool. All right, hang on. All right. Tomorrow, you can watch Varangian Knights. It's the 5th edition, of course. It is run by JT. Thursday is a Knight's Ransom with Maddie as the DM. Friday we are offline. There is another that has some regulars from Dire Bear that you can watch if you'd like. It's on Vicarious's channel, and they'll advertise it on Town Crier, I imagine, when they're ready to go. Saturday is the Stolen Cities, or it will be the Stolen Cities this week, because I think they're starting up again. They were on a little bit of a break. And Sunday, for the first time, being live streamed, Varanheim. And these are all 5th edition games. Despite my best nagging, I don't think anyone else is going to do anything besides us.
Well, 5th edition is kind of the big boy. It's the most popular.
We like that crunchy shit.
We started up with a 5th edition game. It was just 5th edition sci-fi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything this coming Monday?
No. That
Or
was
is it
just
okay.
me.
Now, are they going to do a 3rd season of the Troubleshooters, or are they going to move on to something else?
They're going to do a 3rd season of the Troubleshooters.
Right, so they're just on break right now.
Yeah.
I know last Monday you had yesterday. I think it was when you ran yours, wasn't it?
Yes.
And is that up on YouTube yet?
I don't think it is yet.
Oh.
But, again, soon TM.
Yeah. All right, then. Can't think of anything else. So once again, thank you for coming. I hope you come back next week, and we will see you later.
Still want to do that roll.